wins.
Lives cross paths every single day. Strangers walk the same streets, breathe the same rain, and disappear into the night without ever knowing each other existed. But sometimes, fate interrupts the ordinary. Sometimes, two lives collide in a way that quietly changes everything. And on one rainy night, that is exactly what happened. Ji-Hoon was not the kind of man who believed in destiny. Life had already taught him that dreams were expensive, and love was a luxury he could not afford. He grew up watching his father struggle, watching poverty crush hope. So Ji-Hoon made a promise to himself: work harder than everyone else, trust no one, and never let emotions distract him from success. For him, life was about survival, nothing more. But on that same rainy night, someone very different was walking those streets. Seo-Min. Where Ji-Hoon saw a cold city, Seo-Min saw beauty where others saw rain. She saw a story waiting to be captured. Her camera was her escape, a way to freeze moments before they disappeared forever. Because Seo-Min understood something most people didn't. Life is fragile, and moments, once gone, never return. But what Ji-Hoon didn't know, and what no stranger on that street could see, was that Seo-Min was carrying a secret heavier than the rain falling around her. A secret she smiled through every day. A secret that made every moment of life feel precious. Because sometimes, the people who smile the brightest are fighting the hardest battles. But Seo-Min's life was never entirely her own. Far away from the laughter she showed the world, there was a man who had already decided her future. Her father, a powerful businessman. A man who believed that love was weak and marriage was a transaction. To him, life was about status, power, reputation. And for years he had one clear plan for his daughter. Seo-Min would marry a man of influence, a man of wealth, a man who could elevate the family name even higher. Not a stranger from the streets, not a man with nothing, certainly not someone like Ji-Hoon. But fate rarely asks permission. That night, Seo-Min was running through the rain, trying to protect the one thing she loved most, her camera. And in that moment, one small mistake changed everything. The camera slipped, falling onto the wet pavement, sliding across the road. Seo-Min rushed after it, not realizing someone else was walking straight toward her. And in the blink of an eye, two strangers collided. A broken camera, a moment of silence, rain falling harder around them. Neither of them realizing this was the beginning of something neither could control. Ji-Hoon expected anger. Most people would have shouted, but Seo-Min didn't. Instead, she smiled, even with a broken camera in her hands, even with rain soaking her clothes. And in that strange moment, Ji-Hoon felt something unfamiliar, a warmth he had not felt in years. It was small, barely noticeable, but it was there. The kind of moment that quietly plants a seed in the heart. So they stood together under a small bus stop roof, two strangers hiding from the rain, talking about simple things, laughing about nothing. Moments like this seem ordinary, but sometimes they are the most dangerous moments of all, because that is when the heart begins to open, even when the mind says it shouldn't. But fate can be cruel in its timing, because while Ji-Hoon was beginning to feel something new, Seo-Min was quietly fighting something far darker. A sudden cough, a drop of blood hidden in her hand, a reminder of the truth she refused to show anyone. Some battles are fought silently, and Seo-Min had already accepted that hers might not have a happy ending. But they were not alone that night. Across the street, a black luxury car sat quietly in the rain. Inside that car, a pair of cold eyes watched the two strangers standing under the bus stop. Seo-Min's father. He had not expected to see his daughter there, certainly not with a man he had never seen before. To him, Ji-Hoon looked like everything he despised. Ordinary, unknown, unimportant. And in that moment, a silent decision was made. Find out who that man is. Because if he threatens the future I planned for my daughter, he will disappear from her life. Strange how life works. Two people meet by accident. A father watches from the shadows. A secret illness hides behind a smile. And somewhere between those moments, a story begins to take shape. A story of love, of sacrifice, of lies, and of choices that will break hearts. When Ji-Hoon walked away that night, he believed it was just another encounter with a stranger. Nothing important, nothing meaningful. But destiny had already begun its work, because sometimes the smallest meetings create the biggest storms, and neither Ji-Hoon nor Seo-Min had any idea how much pain, how much love, and how many secrets this single moment would bring into their lives. That rainy night in Seoul was only the beginning. The real story had just begun. And the next time these two hearts meet, nothing will ever be the same.